so hungry.
Hey everyone, it's me, Lisa Lillian, also known as Hungry Girl. Welcome to another episode of Chew the Right Thing. I am sitting here, well, not actually here, but I'm Zooming with my pals and coworkers, Jamie and Mikey. Hey guys.
Hey Lisa.
How
Hello.
are you?
Good.
I'm missing Hungryland this week.
I know. This is my favorite time of the week, though, because I get to see your face. No offense, Mike.
Hey.
You know what I mean.
I'll just sit over here all by myself.
You know what I mean.
You guys, are you guys holding up? Are you holding up okay together? Are you getting ready to murder each other? Any arguments? I don't think so. I've never seen you two have one scrape.
We'll talk after, Lisa.
Hey, what is going on?
It's been great.
I'm going to leave this recording and I'm going to go in the other room and you guys enjoy yourself.
I'm just teasing.
No.
How are you
Mike,
holding up?
I'm hanging in there, still walking a lot and eating more carbs than usual, but I'm doing okay. I'm excited for this week's episode because it is a quarantine Q&A episode, and we've noticed a lot of people, especially are in the community on Facebook, and they're asking a ton of questions. They want snack solutions and dinner ideas, and they really need help snacking. It seems like that's the biggest problem.
Or not snacking.
Exactly. To snack or not to snack. So we'll get into that, and it's going to be hopefully a really good, helpful episode. And I don't know, how many more episodes do you think we're going to have to do remotely like this?
Oh, I don't want to think about it.
I don't know. A couple at least, I would think.
2?
Yeah, I mean, we're California, so I think the May 15th is pretty strong, that limit right there that they set. So at least a couple more, I would say.
Okay. May 15th. That's my goal.
Just think about the epic grocery haul we're going to have when we're allowed to go back.
Wow. I really do miss those Chew and Tell grocery haul episodes where we get to taste everything. I almost dropped something off at your house and said, Mike, go look in your mailbox and we should taste it. But Penny's upset that it didn't happen.
She wants a grocery haul too.
Sorry.
She wants me to throw the ball.
She really does. All right, well, do we have any news this week?
We do. Okay, this is huge, I feel, and we've tried this before with some other brand, but Trader Joe's now has jicama wraps. Yes, those jicama wraps, Trader Joe's sells them.
That's amazing. I love the little jicama tortillas. They're like, just to tell people in case they don't know what that is, it's like, I don't know how they do this. I don't know what sort of machine, because the jicama that I have are like weirdly shaped, but these are perfectly round, tortilla-shaped, very thinly sliced jicama slices that you could use I usually use them to make cold dishes, but they're incredible, and they have like hardly any calories, definitely less than 10 calories each, like 4 or something,
I
right?
think it's like 8. They're delicious and perfect, and so you get them in the refrigerated section, right?
Yeah.
At Trader Joe's. Is that where they are? Because I usually get them in the fridge section, but I've never seen them at Trader Joe's. It's about time.
I know. What have they been waiting for? I believe it was like I saw an orange package, so look for a bright orange package.
I'll do that the next time if I ever go back to a Trader Joe's.
It'll happen.
I wanted to follow up because last week your breaking news was the peanut butter bread situation. So I immediately went and found the recipe, that Depression era peanut butter bread with like 5 ingredients or something. And we made it. So, and don't pretend you didn't try it, Mike, because I left a slice for you where I knew you were going to be.
It was really good.
It was okay, right? It was. Here's the thing. It was kind of tasteless and high in calories. Easy to make, but not worth the calories. It was a little bland. I tried it, and it's a little dry, but like not nearly as good as our like peanut butter blender bread or muffins that we have. There's a great recipe in Simply Six. And we probably have something on the site too. We have peanut butter bread or peanut butter something that's like way better.
Yeah.
I thought all of our breads were better and so much better in calories, honestly.
I'm kind of relieved to hear it wasn't that good.
and what I did to make it better, which is why I loved it, was I drizzled some honey on top of it, and it like made a huge difference. Like it was just like heaven to me.
Yeah, Lauren smothered in vegan butter, and she said it was really good. But if you put butter on anything, isn't it going to be really good? I say yes. All right. Well, today's episode, we have a sponsor, and it's not just a sponsor. It's a fantastic hit it out of the park sponsor, sponsored by Green Giant, who, in my opinion, I say Green Giant, they're the MVPs of the quarantine when it comes to food. Because I don't know about you guys, but my freezer is fully stocked with all of their veggie spirals and their riced veggies. And literally, I am grabbing a bag every single day, not just to make Facebook Live videos, but just in my real life to just make everything out of those veggie starters. I mean, it's all vegetables. For the most part. They don't even have any sauces or seasonings. So low in calories, and they help us make our favorite comfort food swaps without a lot of calories, and they make your portions huge. Like we have so many recipes on the Hungry Girl website that use these. There's cauliflower fried rice and a whole bunch of different cauliflower fried rice recipes. That sweet potato rotini that we just created a couple months ago. We have a veggie spirals Alfredo. There are so many great ideas. Like, have you been using these?
Yes, absolutely. I realize that Zoom and Green Giant are the two stars of the quarantine.
Imagine doing that together. You could just like Zoom cook with your Green Giant veggies.
Oh, good idea.
Why not? Well, they're so fast and easy. What I do sometimes, I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble for this, but I literally defrost my cauliflower rice. I leave it in the fridge, and I use it for so many recipes that call for like a half cup. So like it's defrosted and just waiting for me, and it makes it that much easier. I love it. And they're good for, not only stir fries, but casseroles, anything and everything. And again, I really encourage people to check out the website. And these are just like 100% vegetables. So it's the best. Jamie, what do you think would be the best way for them to search for some of these recipes?
So if you go to hungry-girl.com/Green Giant, we will have tons of recipes ready for you. And you can also go to our Foodcast page, hungry-girl.com/foodcast. We will hook you up there as well.
All right. So we had a lot of questions. People were basically leaving them on the community pages. Like, what do you call it? The community comments section?
Yeah.
Is that what it was? On the Facebook community. So we have so many great questions that were left in the community. Jamie, why don't you jump in and ask away?
Yes. So the first topic we heard a lot about, like you said before, is how to stop snacking. Tracy F. said she's working from home. She doesn't know how to stop grabbing a snack every time she walks through the kitchen. And Michelle, we also heard from, said boredom and stress eating. She's eating way too much junk food between her healthy meals. So what help can we give people when it comes to snacking?
Well, I mean, I have to say I can totally relate. And I hear the same thing from everyone. Like people that I know and I've known forever that have no food issues, that have never had a weight problem, that just are people that they don't think a lot about food and snacks. They're telling me all they do is snack all day, every day. And one of the biggest problems I hear is that people are around the food. They're very, very close to the food. And I know I, for the most part, do work in the kitchen, and that makes it harder for me. I am snacking more. I feel like if you're a person who likes to snack, you might want to set up your eating for the day to be a lot of mini meals and snacks. But if that is you, then I would say you should write it down and plan. So if you're not a good planner, I would say don't take that approach. But do you find that when you're really near the snacks, they're harder to avoid?
I mean, I work also near the kitchen, but I work with my back to the kitchen. That kind of helps.
Yeah, if you don't see it, it's not there, right?
Yeah.
But if you are going to snack and you like sweet things, I would say some of the best things to have on hand, and we've utilized these here at my house, lollipops. They last a long time. We have Tootsie Pops here. We have C's lollipops. For the calorie count, they last a long time, and they're really sweet and satisfying. So I like that. Always have fresh fruit. I eat an orange every day. I eat an apple almost every day. I think that fruit is really satisfying, and it really does kick that craving for sweets. So don't discount what fruit can do. And then we also have fruit bars and popsicles. And it might be cold in some parts of the country, but to me, it's a year-round item. I don't care if it's cold out. I'd rather bundle up inside and have a fruit bar.
Yeah, you can wrap a blanket around yourself.
Yeah, it's totally worth it. And also freeze-dried fruit. I always have bags of freeze-dried fruit. I keep some of that chocolate-covered freeze-dried fruit around. But again, it's not necessarily only about having the low-calorie snacks around. It's about the amount of times people are reaching for snacks. And I would have to say the thing that really saves me from eating all the time is staying busy. And how I've been staying busy during the quarantine is I will just walk around. Like I walk around the house. If you live in a small space, it might be harder. But you don't really need, most of my walking is in smaller rooms. So I walk and I also walk outside a lot. I try to stay busy and I try to move and I try to stand. Like I try not to sit too much. I feel like when I'm sitting, I get hungrier. I feel lazier. I'm more likely to eat. So I have been moving and I've been doing some crafts. Jamie, have you been making candles?
Yeah, I've been crafting. It's, I love the sticker books you're posting. I have to order one. Those cute little sticker books you've been doing on Facebook.
I love those too. I do the kid ones. Like I have, it's funny, I've been giving away on the Facebook Lives, I've been giving away the adult ones because they're too difficult for me to do. Like I have it's totally true. I have like bugs, dinosaurs, unicorns, and animals. Those are the kiddie ones. And then the adult ones, don't ask me why, they're cats. And so if you really like cats and it's a great thing. We should link to it. We'll link to it on Amazon.
Definitely.
Wait, let's go back to your walking. How many steps are you at today?
Oh my gosh. Today I'm at 15,000.
Wow.
You've done more in what, the 3 hours or 4 hours that you've been up than that we've done probably in the whole week.
I'm at a cool
Combined.
208.
I have a problem. Like I'm not even proud of it. But now I'm saying I'm going to do 30,000 steps every day in April. And then maybe after April, I'll cool it down a little because I know it's not realistic.
Right.
I know it's not a realistic number to keep up.
I just want to say to anyone listening, my goal is 6,000 a day. And that works. Honestly, that's a good goal for me right now. It gives me something to aim for. It's realistic. We take Penny on walks a lot. I don't think I'll ever be a 30,000 steps a day person, but, give yourself some goal, even if it's, just something bigger than the day before.
Right. And then my Fitbit will buzz when I hit my goal. I set my goal to 15 from 10. It used to be a 10. And it makes you feel good. Even if your goal is 6, like when it buzzes, you're like, yes.
Yeah. And when it gets toward the end of the day, if I'm only at like 5,000, I'm like, I can do this. I can do another 1,000.
Even when you brush your teeth, you could just brush your teeth an extra long time and just like march around the bathroom like an idiot. That's what I do. But also like just stay busy. I've been calling a lot of people. I call my parents every single day. I call friends. I have a bunch of friends that are living in the long-term care facility and they can't get visitors. And some of them can talk on the phone. So I call at least 2 of them every day. And the more I stay busy, the less I'm thinking about food. So I think that's really good advice. Do you think that's realistic?
I think it's realistic. I mean, it's, you have to kind of train yourself to have new strategies because if you just keep going to the food, you're going to get used to it. It's going to become your regular go-to. But every time you have that instinct to go snack, if you start doing something else, like you said, calling someone, going outside, it's going to become second nature.
Yeah. And another thing that really helps me is if I have snacks that are savory, snacks that are more like mini meals, I feel like I eat less overall throughout the day. And I don't know what it is, but like, for example, I made those corn tuna boats yesterday and and I have that's a video on Facebook. People can find it if they want. And those have they have less than 100 calories each. And so if you think about how you feel after you eat that, like if I eat one of those, I feel like I've had a little meal and I'm full. But if I ate a bar that had twice as many calories, I feel like I'm eating a candy bar. I feel like it's a sweet and then I'm ready for a meal. So if you choose your snacks and they're a little bit more like mini meals, that could also help. I know it helps me.
Yeah. Right. You know what else has been really helping me, and I think it's good? Part of the snacking is like it's impulse, right? So we go in and we grab something that's like right there and easy. So for me, I have to have things super duper easy to grab that are really healthy and low in calories. So like we always have baby carrots. Because I almost like try to trick myself. I'm like, okay, Jamie, you really need a snack? Go eat some baby carrots. Like, if you're going to eat, at least have something really quick and easy that it has to be just as quick and easy as whatever that kind of junky food you're going for is.
Totally. And it's funny that you say the baby carrots. In our house, Lauren has had trouble. Like, she was really upset. She thought she gained some weight and she was snacking too much. So I bought these giant cucumbers because I know she likes cucumbers, and she knows very little about calorie counts of foods. I have to be honest. Like, she doesn't, when she first moved in with us, she didn't even know whether something had 100 calories or 1,000 calories.
Wow.
So we slice up a cucumber, and she puts a little rice vinegar on it. She leaves it in a container, and that's what she goes to. She goes to snack. She grabs a container of cucumbers. And I'm really proud of her because she's like, is it bad if I eat a whole cucumber? And I'm like, oh my gosh, you were like eating a half a loaf of bread 2 weeks ago. And now you're eating like a 30-calorie tremendous cucumber that's as tall as you. And it's amazing. So I think you're right about just keeping an abundance of something that is super good for you and super healthy on hand.
Yeah. And well, I'm glad you said that about the cucumbers with the rice vinegar, because it's kind of like that Tsunamono salad. We also have a lot of slaw recipes. Like, literally, if you mix broccoli slaw with Newman's Own sesame ginger dressing, that's it. And keep a giant tub of it in your refrigerator. And every time you're hungry, you have a little bit of that. It's filling. You're going to feel like you're getting something and you're eating something, and it's going to be right there and easy.
So filling. And that's what I do. Like, when I said I keep the cauliflower rice in the fridge, I also keep other sort of spiralized veggies. I'll keep like the green giant spiralized zucchini or the broccoli slaw that's already been steamed. And I just use these as snack and meal builders. So it always fills out whatever it is I'm eating, and then it makes you feel fuller.
Yeah.
So good. And you know what? The reality is, and this is a little bit of tough love, like, this could go on for a while. Like, depending on where you live, we could be stuck inside for weeks, or even in some cases well over another month. And you should really try to get a handle on it, because if you don't want to come out of this feeling really bad and feeling like you lost control, and then you're on a bad path. So the sooner you can get a handle on it, the better it's going to be for you, and the better you're going to feel when you get back into the real world.
Yeah. I saw my mom dishing out some tough love in the community, because you see so many of these memes and posts about, there's a global pandemic, it's okay to overeat. There's a pandemic, it's okay to eat a pizza. And yeah, I guess if you need that, I don't want to say excuse, but it's like, yes, we're going to food for comfort. But my mom kind of chimed in and said, you don't need to do it. Is that really going to make you feel better? Is it really going to work? Is it really going to give you the comfort you're after? Or, Lisa, like you talked about, calling a friend. That's going to give you more comfort than the food is.
Right. And for me, honestly, you have to find what works for you. Sometimes I have been turning to food for comfort way more than I ever do. I mean, I'm just putting it out there. I do. But I do it in a way that's extremely controlled, and it makes me feel good because I'm a control freak, and there are so few things that we can control right now. So if I know I'm eating things that I don't normally eat, and an example of that would be a frozen pizza or would be some bread, but I know I stop eating most of the time by 4:30 or 5 p.m. and not a bite of food beyond that. And so by the time I wake up in the morning, I feel lighter, I feel better, I feel like I made good choices that made me feel comforted. But I feel like I made good choices.
Yes.
I succeeded.
I love what you said about control, because part of the thing that's been the most difficult for me about this whole situation is I have no control over when we're going to get back to the office. I have no control over how many people are going to get this virus. Like, there's so much out of my control. Okay, what's in my control? What I put in my mouth. What can I control? How I take care of myself, and if I get fresh air. It's like, focus on the things you can control, because it's going to make you feel less out of control.
That's the 30,000 steps for me. It's crazy.
That is out of control, Lisa.
It's totally out of control. Okay, next topic, we heard a whole lot about healthy dinner ideas.
Yep.
So what questions came in?
So we had a question from Michelle G, who said, how do I make a simple meal with very few ingredients? Sabrina E wanted to know, what are the best ingredient swaps? Because I can never get everything I want and need at the supermarket. And then Paula S also weighed in and said, I'm tired of cooking and unloading the dishwasher. I need easy, healthy ideas.
Well, these are all really good questions. And for me, I know, like, my refrigerator these days is like Garanimals. And that may be a reference that doesn't make sense to a lot of people. But if you know what Garanimals are, it was the clothing that you wore as kids, where it was like mix and match, where the tag had a giraffe. You knew that all the giraffe stuff went together, or the elephant stuff went together. That's my fridge is like that. It's a full-on mix and match. So I've got my go-to lean proteins. So I know I always have tuna on hand. I always have some kind of cooked chicken. It's funny because I've been cooking my own chicken and buying less of the pre-cooked chicken, but I always have it just sitting there. I've been making lean beef. Like I've been buying filet and grilling that and keeping that in the fridge. I have frozen shrimp. So I know I've always got like some kind of lean protein option. And then I say, well, what am I going to pair it with? And then again, it's like, it's about having the right veggies or things like, so I always have Little Gems lettuce so I can make little salads. I always have tons of all of the Green Giant frozen veggies, all the riced veggies, the spiralized veggies, because that's a great go-to to pair with any lean protein. And I also have the broccoli slaw, which is another real go-to of mine. And I know I could just mix and match any of those things with or without sauces. So like, I'm not a big sauce person, but the sauces that I always have, I have like the Newman's Own Asian sesame ginger dressing. I've got marinara. I've got other sort of creamy, low-calorie salad dressings. I have barbecue sauce and teriyaki sauce. And I know if I want a little flavor, if I want to change it up with spices and sauces, I can do that. And it's not overwhelming. You don't have to think about, wow, I have to make this big recipe. It's just about throwing stuff together. And that should make people feel a little more comfortable because you can eat some of these hot or cold. It's not even like you have to like slave over a stove or an oven.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of like stir fries and, I really liked what you talk about. I feel like that's like a basic formula. Lean protein, veggies, sauce or seasoning. And you can mix and match and it doesn't have to be boring because you can have, ground, maybe meatless crumbles with taco seasoning over a salad with salsa, boom, taco salad. Or you could have teriyaki sauce and shrimp and spiralized veggies, boom, you've got an Asian stir fry. Like there's so many different combinations and it's just be prepared. Stock up on protein, veggies, sauce, and then just mix and match and have fun.
Totally. And I've been eating more bread than I normally do. And I've been going to the Dave's, the 21 seeds, I think it's called, the very thinly sliced bread. But I also always have so many cucumbers now. And I've been making cucumber boats and sandwiches. Like instead of bread, I'm using cucumbers. And I couldn't love that more, honestly.
I've been doing those Taylor Farms teriyaki stir fries, which is just the vegetable with the teriyaki sauce. And then we get these skewers from Costco and I just put them into the stir fry. So it's like a chicken teriyaki stir fry. It's great.
Great. And Costco does, like, they have so many things that are pre-sauced and pre-made. And Costco's doing delivery on Instacart. I wonder if that's national.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably. I'd imagine so if it's in your area.
I don't know. I mean, I know I didn't even need to be a member. I am a member, but you don't need to be a member necessarily to use Costco delivery on Instacart. So it's great. Yeah, wow. It's really good.
That's a great option. So what are some, I love we talked about kind of the essential meal staples. What are like some of your go-to meal types? Like what are you doing with those? We talked a little bit about it, but what are some sort of easy go-to meal concepts people can do?
I would say stir fries. That's something you mentioned, and that's great because you just throw everything in a skillet. I'm a big skillet person. Like, I'd love to say I make casseroles all the time, and I know at work, like, we're always developing casserole, but I'm not. To me, they're a little bit more of a commitment. So I love the skillet meals and the stir fries. Salads, that's another really easy one. I made one of my favorite throwback salads the other day, the hot dog salad.
Oh, what'd you put in it? Tell me.
I love it. Okay, I'll tell you everything I put in it. I put in, I had a little broccoli sauce, so I threw that in, but I had Little Gems lettuce, so it's romaine that I chopped up. I added tomatoes, cucumber. I did have sauerkraut, so I threw that in. I used the Hebrew National almost fat-free dogs that have like hardly any calories. They have like 40 calories a dog. I used 3 of them. Chopped it up. I put pickles, chopped pickles, and mustard. And I just had, Lauren was looking at me like I was crazy. She's like, what the heck are you making? It was so good. I loved it. So salads are a big go-to for me.
You know what I saw in the community? I think it was over the weekend. Someone posted a cold hot dog pie.
No, that was a joke. That was a joke.
Yeah, wait, that was a joke?
Yeah, I mean, there's a
real. Are you sure that was a joke?
Yeah, it's like, I think it's like Cooking Light or Delish, one of those things. They have a video for it, but it's like it's a joke. It's like a gelatin salad with hot dogs. It looks terrible.
Yeah,
I did not realize it was a joke. You put hot dogs in the blender, you add something in to make it thick, and you slice it. You put. Are you sure? I don't think it's a joke,
I
Jamie.
think it's a joke.
No, we have to ask the audience.
Someone said at the end they like make a joke about it.
Really?
We'll have to watch the video.
I was going to try it with low-calorie hot dogs.
Oh my goodness, I am not coming over for dinner.
It looked so bad. It looked so bad that I wanted to try it. And then whatever, sandwiches. Even though I'm eating bread, I still don't eat sandwiches. Because if I eat bread, I eat like a piece
You do toast? Yeah. Well, you could do an open-faced sandwich. Like you could do one slice of bread and then load it up with veggies and stackable protein.
True, but I've been eating more lettuce wraps and cucumber subs, but that's fine. Like sandwiches and open-faced sandwiches are fine too.
This conversation
and then
is
some
making
of the
me
other.
hungry.
I know. I can't wait for this to end so I could not because I want to leave you, but just because I really want to eat. But some of the other things that I have in my pantry, I just want to reiterate because I talk about them all the time and I do use them. White rice. Mm-hmm. So I have a container of white rice. Lately, my obsession is the Spanish white rice, and I use that as part of breakfast. I keep some kind of a pasta, even though I'm eating a lot of veggie noodles. I'm eating a lot of Banza pasta, which is like chickpea pasta, and palmini, of course, which is the hearts of palm pasta that you get in pouches. They have them at stores now, but also at the supermarket. They're also great. I mean, I still think my go-to, it's the frozen, spiralized, and rice veggies. But I eat a lot of these other things as well, and they're good to have on hand, as well as like light tortillas and flatbreads. Just a good option. And they stay in the freezer for months. So you could throw them in the freezer, and when you want one, you just pull one out.
Yeah, and we'll link you to a lot of this stuff. We have a great Hungry Girl Amazon storefront. So many of these things, even the flatbreads, you can get on Amazon.
Amazing. And they ship and they're fine when they show up?
Yep. The that lavash that we really like, I think it's called a Oreos, they have...
Oh, it's Oreos, 50 calories.
Yeah, and you can get I think you get 6 packages, but you can just stack them in the freezer and they freeze and thaw really well.
Maybe you have room in your freezer, but...
We don't. We definitely don't.
All right, well, moving on to the third topic that we heard a lot about, it's motivation to eat healthy. So what questions have been coming in about that?
Yeah, we heard a lot. Eileen J said, how do I stay motivated when I'm stuck at home? I'm off my schedule. Help, I am eating too much. Kelly K said, I'm just struggling with motivation when it comes to eating healthy.
What keeps you motivated, Jamie?
So what keeps me motivated is just knowing that I feel better. I hate to feel like crap. And I know I've been down that road. I know what it feels like. At the beginning of this, I was overeating and I'd wake up with a food hangover. And I'd wake up and it was harder to go about my day. It's like things are hard enough right now. I don't need to add overeating to my list of problems. I don't need to add that to this situation.
I mean, I totally agree with you. And what really keeps me motivated, it's that and also my habits, like my schedule, my routine. That's what motivates me. I get excited to jump out of bed and feel lighter because I haven't eaten since like 4:30 the night before. So that's a good thing. Even if it is only 4:30 a.m. or 5 a.m., I still feel lighter. And I just look forward to my routine. Okay, I'm going to start walking. Okay, I'm going to go outside and walk the dogs. All right, now I'm going to walk. I'm going to make sure I get 10,000 steps before 10 a.m. That's one of the goals I set for myself. So it's like everything that keeps me feeling motivated. It's the stuff that I know is in my routine because I like that. I'm a creature of habit.
Yeah.
And that stuff motivates me. And also just feeling good, like feeling high energy. I love knowing that, the Your Daily Bright Boost is something that I've been drinking every morning. It's that new Hungry Girl vitamin drink that we just launched. I that helps motivate me. Yeah. I drink that and I feel energized and motivated to start the day.
Yeah, same. I really like starting my day with that. And I think you're right about, having that routine and those healthy habits. Like we've been walking Penny, and thankfully Mike will force me if I don't feel like doing it. But just having those little check-ins for yourself and little what do you call it? Goal posts? What's the expression? I don't know, just
I
like,
don't know. I like goalposts.
yeah, just like little mini, check-ins that it's like, I know around the middle of the day, we're going to go for a walk. I know I'm going to try and hit, I'll even do like with my steps, but my morning one is like, okay, get 1,500 steps in. And then my afternoon walk, as soon as we start walking, I say, okay, our goal is to get to 3,500 steps. Like those little things, little goals really help me stay motivated.
And for me, what's also helping me stick with wanting to treat myself better and to like, I'm not a person that's like airy fairy self-care and sit in a bathtub and drink a glass of wine, but I do feel like I want to treat myself better when I'm doing good things for other people. So during this whole pandemic, I'm doing a lot of like trying to give back. I usually volunteer at the long-term care facility with Lolly, but I'm doing nice things for the healthcare workers, and that keeps me busy. I'm making a lot of check-in phone calls to people who live off campus that are older and maybe alone. And every time I do that, I feel good and I feel better about myself, and then I want to treat myself better.
Yeah.
And it really does work. This is not BS. It totally works.
I'm with you. I've been reaching out to Facebook friends and people I haven't talked to in a while just because I know everyone is going through this. That's like this has never happened before where everyone is experiencing this. And so I reach out to people I never talked to and just say, hey, thinking of you. How's your family doing right now? How are you doing? And I think you're right. It's like when you get out of your own head and you focus on someone else, all of a sudden you're thinking about yourself less, and you're thinking about wanting to snack less, and you're thinking about, hey, how can I help this person? How can I just be there for them and listen to them?
Exactly. And I saw a great quote in the community. Someone said, I'm not motivated to brush my teeth every night, but I just do it. And it's true. It's like every night you force yourself to brush your teeth. Is it always the most fun thing to do? Sometimes you're in bed watching 90 Day Fiance, like I've been doing now for the past 3 nights. And it's like, do I want to get up and brush my teeth? Not really, but you have to.
Yeah.
Who goes to bed without their teeth brushed?
Yeah.
You just can't.
Yeah, you're right.
So, you don't always have to be motivated to make those smart decisions. By the way, are you watching 90 Day Fiance?
No.
Please just watch.
Do they murder each other? Because that's your whole thing.
No, I hope not. Well, they could move from that show to Dateline eventually, but for now, it's just like I'm watching the before the 90 days. So it's like the setup. It's like people who've met online that they've never met face to face, and it's like a train wreck.
You know who's on that show? I don't know if you're watching old episodes, but there's an American Idol contestant that was on it.
What? Who?
Yeah. Okay. It was the one that sang like Chris Isaac. You really liked her.
Oh.
She had like this deep voice.
Who? I don't remember.
What's that Chris Isaac song?
Wicked Games?
Wicked Games?
Yeah, Wicked Games.
That's what she sounded like. You really liked her.
Really?
She had long brown hair.
Yeah.
I think she's not on. Wait, is she on?
No,
this?
a couple seasons ago.
Oh, a few seasons ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
But she looked
I was
for
trying
her.
to
I'm pretty
figure
sure
out.
she's on this show.
I'm going to Google this as soon as we end the show.
Yeah.
I have to. But are you happy that I've graduated from not just murder to other train wreck television?
Very impressive. And one of these days, Lisa, we will bring you over to scripted television.
I don't know. I watch, only my husband's scripted shows. Those are the best.
Those are
That's
good.
it. That's where I start and stop. Okay, well, hopefully we have been very helpful. I feel like at the end of the day, you just have to do your best and take one day at a time. Don't give up. Think about where you are, no matter what time you're listening to this. Right now is the beginning of the rest of your life.
Yes.
And right now is a good time for you to start making smarter choices. It's never too late.
Yep. It's like the whole diet mentality of I'll just wait till Monday. Do not wait until the quarantine is over, because this is the number on the scale
not.
can really go up if you keep waiting for this to end. So don't wait for this to end. This is life,
Absolutely. And if you need support, I do think our Facebook community, the What's Chewing community, is so good. Everyone is so supportive. There are so many people. I don't know how many people are in there now. Well over 70,000, right?
Yeah,
or am I
well
crazy?
over.
Is it
No, it's well over.
Yeah, it's just crazy, and how nice everybody is to each other, and
So
how
supportive.
supportive everybody is. So check that out. Definitely get the daily emails, and check out my Facebook Lives where I'm cooking almost every night now. We're here for you.
Yeah, and
So-
let us know how we can support you. Send Mike a text.
805-380-8075.
You can email us at podcast@hungry-girl.com. Let us know what kind of content you want. Let us know how we can be there for you, because that's That's our job. And, like Lisa was saying, get out of your own head and into somebody else's and think about how you can help someone else. And that's what we want to do.
Yep. All good. Thank you, Jamie, for wrapping it up like that. And we'll go. We're going to go now. All right. I'm going to go eat something.
Me too. Something healthy, though.
All right. Well, we'll be back next week. I'm Lisa Lillian, also known as Hungry Girl. Till next time, chew the right thing.